Passwords. So passwords were invented in the 1960s, and they're still a pain to this day. What do you have to do inside of this? You have to make them hard, which means that they have to have a variety of capitals, numbers, symbols. They must be long. They should not be a dictionary word, because the standard mechanism of attacking an unknown password is to throw a dictionary at it and see how close it can get. And it should not be something that we know about you or can find out about you on social media. So using your address, using your number plate, using your date of birth, these kind of things are not recommended, especially on their own. You can mix and match a few of these things together to get to a complex password, but it should not be something that is easily guessable out of the social media information that they have. Then one of the most important things to realize is don't reuse them. Don't use the same password in Microsoft and then in Adobe and then at the bank and so on. Historically, Adobe have been hacked and they lost their password database, which meant that if you'd used your password on Microsoft, that meant the hacker knew exactly how to log into your Microsoft service, because he's already got your Adobe password. Remember, when you share it, when you create a shared password between you and a service provider, it means you know the password and they know the password. And if they lose it, then that password is out in the wild. And then use a password manager. It's difficult to do all these things above. And because it's difficult to do them properly, a piece of software called a password manager can help you do it properly. It's one place where you store your passwords. It'll automatically pull them out for you and put them into the various services. All you need to remember is one master password to get into your password manager. And you can make that very difficult and complex and then memorize that one. And the rest of them will be an absolute jumble of letters that you'll never remember. So that's great. The next thing about passwords is you should never share them. You should never let anybody else know what your passwords are, or give your password to somebody else to log in and do stuff. And this is something that I mentioned because as IT people, we often are given the passwords to your machine to fix something or to solve a problem, and you should then change the password afterwards. Now, if you don't want to go through the pain of having to change your password afterwards, then rather log the machine in and hang around for the process. Sometimes it's not always possible, so sometimes you have to give out a password for IT to fix this stuff, but then definitely go and change it afterwards. If you are going to write them down so that you can look them up, then make sure you lock those things away. There are even recovery keys that some systems give you. They say, great, we've done your biometrics, here's your recovery key to get in, please print them and put them in a safe place. Put those in a lockable cupboard or in a safe or something like that. All of the above information applies to pins that you use on your phone, applies to patterns that you may use to do your unlock pattern with. So the same discipline should be create a difficult pin. 0000 is not a very good pin to use. Neither is 1234. And your patterns are similarly should be difficult to guess or to work out from yourself. And then you can check online to see if any of the services that you have been using have been hacked. And you'll see the little graphic that I've got here, the snip from their site. It's a site called Have I Been Pwned? And you'll see the spelling of pwned is a play on owned. And if you go to that website and you type in your email address, it will then tell you in which databases you are found. Now what happens is when somebody like Adobe have lost all the passwords, they're supposed to hand in that set of data so that people can check. And what this service does is it keeps them all in one master database. So with one search you can find out which of the many hacks your email address may have been involved in, and therefore how many passwords that you're currently using have been exploited and are known. And then you can go and change all of those things. Right, so those are the basics of what to do inside of passwords. Let's jump on